Lots of big things are happening in the world of wrestling. This is the channel to subscribe to for all of the stories. Make sure you check out the timestamps down below. It appears AEW has repackaged the Bear Country tag team. That's right. According to JJ Williams on Twitter, the former Bear Country are now known as the Iron Savages with JT Davidson as their manager. So they have been repackaged. This took place at the most recent tapings of AEW Dark in Orlando. And I want to know what you guys think. Bear Country, we have seen them on TV a little bit here and there, but they are not known for winning, and they are not known for anything big. And I think that a lot of that actually tends to fall on the creative department. They've been used more as enhancement talent. But of course, with them being in AEW and being repackaged, I almost feel as if Tony Khan might have plans for them. And I think that's a great idea. The tag team division is absolutely stacked. These guys are good in the ring. And to have two big wrestlers as a tag team is something that AEW lacks. So this is something I definitely support, something I definitely want to see how it evolves. And I think if AEW could find a way to put them in the spot where, you know, they're not just taking losses on TV or wrestling singles matches against Hook, you know, if they could do more with them, I think that would be a good thing. One of the things that really made me enjoy AEW in the first few years was the fact that there was a lot of unknown talent being used on television, and you start to kind of learn about them and kind of, you know, buy into their character and their story. That hasn't been a thing as of late, so I'm hoping this is a change that Tony Khan does make, because when Tony Khan does that, he does a fantastic job. As far as Bear Country goes, though, the Iron Savages is kind of a weird name. I really do think it's a weird name, but hey, go for it. Whatever it is, you know, figure it out. Again, the branding looks pretty cool, the Titantron and stuff. And they have a manager. So having a manager is something I totally support. It's one of the things I love about AEW. I'll always love that about AEW. And I look forward to seeing what happens there. Guys, you remember this man? No Way Jose? Well, it appears that No Way Jose is now in AEW. Not guaranteed that he is signed or anything like that. But Levy Valens, you guys may remember him in WWE. Then he went to Impact Wrestling. We've seen him wrestle a little bit on the Indies. We've seen him on Defy in Washington. So this guy actually had a match as well at AEW Dark. You know, the last time he appeared on WWE television too was like 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a while. And then he was obviously part of the budget cuts during COVID in 2020. So now he is finally found his way onto AEW Dark. What are their plans with him? Are they going to sign him? Was this a tryout match? Are they going to do anything special with him at all? You know, I think AEW Dark has brought in tons of talent, but then we don't see them transition to Dynamite. Josh Woods is a great example of that, you know, and there's just a lot of talent there. They bring in a lot of great names, but then nothing gets done with them, so it kind of becomes confusing. I understand that Tony Khan is using AEW Dark kind of like a developmental system. That's what he said. I have nothing wrong with that, but, you know, I really don't know what to expect here. No Way Jose, he had a fun gimmick. It was a comedy gimmick. Based on this image here, I would say more than likely, you know, he may or may not be doing the same gimmick. I don't know if that's something that would get over with AEW, so I do feel like he would have to do something a little bit different, something refreshing, something new in order for the AEW audience to take him serious. I thought he was good in NXT, man. When he was in WWE NXT, it was fun to watch him. He had his own little thing going, but again, it was a comedy act. And when you have a comedy act like that in WWE, you are definitely placed in the 24/7 championship type of role. Or you don't get used on TV. You know, you're only used sparingly, and that was something that we've seen a lot in WWE historically. So if he does actually sign with AEW, I'm very curious to see the direction that they go with him. But again, based on what we've seen before, it just doesn't appear to be the case. I also want to point out with him too that he wasn't even signed for Impact Wrestling. So when he did appear on Impact, he was just on a per appearance basis. But even that, he really hasn't done much since his WWE release. I like the guy. I think he's good. I don't know what could be done with him at this point. You could fantasy book a million things, but for AEW's audience and what they do, I'm not sure if it necessarily makes sense to bring him in full time. All right, guys, and our final story of the day, Beth Phoenix is reportedly in Toronto. According to PW Insider, it appears that Beth Phoenix will be in Toronto for tonight's WWE Raw. Now, there is this belief that Beth Phoenix could be coming back to TV in some capacity tonight for Monday Night Raw because Edge will be going up against Damian Priest. And as you guys know, with Edge going up against Damian Priest, they have been building this match. This is supposed to feel like a very big-time main event match for WWE Raw because there is a storyline there. Now, the reason why I bring up Beth Phoenix is because Beth Phoenix has been pretty vocal in character on Twitter talking about her husband, Edge. When he joined the Judgment Day, she didn't like it. And then when he came back, she also didn't like that because she felt like he's been crazy. This is not the Adam Edge Copeland that she knows. So there's a lot of intrigue there. Maybe there's going to be some backstage segments or something like that that could be done for both of them together to kind of push the character and everything. Honestly, WWE has a lot of returns happening. Beth Phoenix, we see her used sparingly on WWE television a little bit here and there throughout time. I believe specifically when it comes to Beth Phoenix, you know, she could wrestle if she wants to. She was also a fantastic commentator in NXT. I think a lot of people, maybe they didn't pay attention to it or whatnot, but I thought she was fantastic in her role as a commentator. I think Beth Phoenix is really good. WWE can find many ways to use her. If she's going to be on WWE television, I don't know if I necessarily want to see her as the manager for Edge, but it could be something cool for Edge. You know, we know the end of his career is near, so having Beth Phoenix by his side, maybe they can do some cool stuff together. I don't know exactly what to expect. Hell, at this point, the Judgment Day is very crazy. Maybe you have Rhea Ripley take out Beth Phoenix. That is something you can also expect. This is going to be a fun episode of Monday Night Raw. WWE is legitimately sold out for WWE Raw in Toronto. So it's a legitimate sellout. That's not always the case with AEW and WWE when it comes to TV tapings. So this is one of those situations you shouldn't expect to see any black tarp or anything like that. It appears WWE is legitimately sold out. WWE is going to go all out to make sure that this episode completely goes off. I think that's the right call. I think Triple H being in charge is going to continue to push the show forward. And then, we got Clash at the Castle in like 2 weeks. So with WWE going to Clash at the Castle, I expect some very big things to happen there. Guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section down below. A lot of great things happening in wrestling these days. We are gaining so many subscribers these days too. So I definitely appreciate you guys coming through, sticking around, all that good stuff. But if you're new here and you don't know what I do, I talk about pro wrestling every day. I got a Discord link in the description down below. We're building an awesome community. I want you to be part of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.